live on Sky Thoroughbred Central.
You're watching Group 1 Glory 2018.
And the fillies are off and are racing.
Day 2 kicked off with the same quinella from the Vinery Stud Stakes back in late March. But this time, it was Unforgotten who turned the tables on Higham, recording a one-length victory in the $1 million Australian Oaks.
Right up the fence. Bring Me Roses deeper out, looking for a spot on the outside of Navasha. And Unforgotten's about midfield and on the fence. Right behind is Wild Sea. Now Lover's caught a bit deep early. Aloysius going down to the fence. Lover can get him one off, and Miss Admiration's the last one. So Michael D's able to make the running on Higham, been able to lead easily at the 1800 by 2 lengths on Chili Cha-Cha. Contessa Vanessa third, a length after She's a Treasure. Then came Savvy Cope, 3 back the fence, a length after Dance. Further back then to the favourite Unforgotten. On the inside of Bring Me Roses. Then came Navasha from Wild Sea. Lover's caught 3 wide going to the mile mark with Aloysia and Miss Admiration as the last one. So we've got about a dozen lengths from first to last. They go to the 1400 and Higham trying to make all. Repeat the effort of the Vinery Stud Stakes. It's Higham 2 lengths in front of Chili Cha-Cha second, then Contessa Vanessa. A length further back to She's a Treasure. The pace is very strong up front. Savvy Coper's next in the red hat. 2 further back to Dance. Then come Unforgotten. Further back to Bring Me Roses. 2.5 off to Navasha from Wild Sea. Lover's third last from Aloysia, and Miss Admiration's last, about 14 lengths from first to last, and Higham making it a real staying test of the 900 is 2.5 lengths clear from Chili Cha-Cha. 3 off to Contessa Vanessa, then She's a Treasure. Further back to Savvy Cope, no change to the order from Dance. They're followed then by Unforgotten, just being felt for, coming to the turn where Bring Me Roses the outside, and still 3 further back to Lover. Higham is full of running at the 500 metres. Now Michael D tries to go for home. She's 3 lengths clear from Chili Cha-Cha. Then Contessa Vanessa. Savvy Cope going up the fence. Unforgotten pulling to the outside. 5 off, but she's letting rip with a big run now. Higham down to the 250. A length and a half clear. Unforgotten is throwing out the lasso, and Unforgotten moves up to Higham. They're broken clear, but Unforgotten gets the other hand now and starts to edge away. And it's a favourite's victory in the Australian Oaks. Unforgotten by a length to Higham. Miss Admiration third, followed by Bring Me Roses.
The championships would not be complete without a touch of royalty, and there was never any doubt the star of the show would be Winx. The champ was a long odds-on to claim her 25th straight win and her second Queen Elizabeth Stakes. When the gates crashed back, lovers of racing watched Winx do what Winx does best, make the impossible possible.
A couple further back to Success Days, then Happy Clapper from Humidor, and Winx is back last. They go past the mile crossing, and Galo Shop, as expected, makes the running from Odeon. Consensus leaders back third at the 1400 and Classic Uniform fourth. 2 further back to Coming Through. Then the Japanese import Ambitious. Further back to Humidor, sliding through on the rails on the inside of Success Days, the horse from Ireland. 2 further back to last Saturday's Doncaster winner, Happy Clapper, and the champ Winx is last of all, and about 8 lengths off the lead, which is Galo Shop, a real 2,000 metre specialist. Galo Shop leads at the 1,000 by a length on Odeon. Consensus tucked away third, then Classic Uniform further back to Coming Through. Now starting a bit of a run here is Williams on Ambitious. He's making the move a fair way out, and he sends the stallion Ford Ambitious around the outside of the field. Then Coming Through, Success Days, Humidor shuffle back a bit. Happy Clapper and Winx, they're both back last as they go to the 600 metre mark. Galo Shop leads narrowly from Classic Uniform the outside, and Ambitious striding up on the outside. They're followed just behind them then to Odeon from Success Days, Coming Through. Consensus, Winx getting to the outside. Humidor the inside of her. Happy Clapper needs luck as they straighten up. Galo Shop tries to kick. 3 lengths clear, but Winx is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo Shop in front, but Winx moves up on the outside. Winx takes the lead from Galo Shop, and here's her second Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. Wins it easily. Galo Shop held second, Happy Clapper third. Humidor got going late for fourth.
Age shall not weary them. No more apt words could describe this year's Sydney Cup as the 9-year-old Marble, Who Shot the Barman, recorded win number 11 11 and eclipsed the $4 million in prize money. In a soul-stirring finish, Blake Shin lifted the Evergreen Warrior across the line to get the photo from Kiwi roughie Zakata.
And Patrick Aaron's last. The field really starting to bunch. Peripson's had enough of the 600 and Lord Fandango goes from the fence. From Admiral Jello and Lasquetti Spirit, they really start to turn it up now, coming to the turn. Pulling out back to the inside, Sir Charles Road pinching plenty of ground. Auvray tracking up, so Zakata. And Who Shot the Barman and Patrick Aaron to the outside. Up the rise, Sir Charles Road takes the lead from Zakata. Here's the 9-year-old Who Shot the Barman. Is it his day today? Auvray next, and then came Patrick Aaron. It's Zakata, Sir Charles Road. Who Shot the Barman wide out. It's Zakata in front from Who Shot the Barman. Zakata, Who Shot the Barman, Auvray late. They're wide apart. They hit the line. It's a photo in the Sydney Cup. Zakata and Who Shot the Barman. Just having a look at the photo finish on screen, and the 9-year-old's going to get this. Who Shot the Barman?
Another sizable field of fillies and mares lined up for the Coolmore Legacy Stakes over the mile. Victorian visitor Spanish Reef, along with the ever-consistent Dixie Blossoms, were favoured by punters. But it was the James Cummings trained Elise that showed an electrifying turn of foot from the tail of the field to record a soft victory in the washer.
White Jacket is payroll, followed then by Heavens Above as they find their positions. Well back in the field is Elise, Samover in front of it. Then came Fox Play third last from Natoya, and Perfect Rhymers last of all. So Spanish Reef rolls to the front, and Daisy Doom from the outside draw got across to keep it company. Prompt Response and Silent Edition take cover. Aid Memoirs going forward on the outside. Dixie Blossoms caught 3 deep but getting cover now. They're followed by Eckstein on the rails and the inside of Abbey Marie. Then Oregon's Day 3 out. Further back to Payroll. Heavens Above. Zambar off the track. Further back to Fox Play. Samover. The filly Elise is third last but trying to improve. From Natoya and Perfect Rhymers the last one. Spanish Reef leads at the 500 metres from Daisy Doom and Aid Memoir. Then Prompt Response. Silence Edition tucked away between them. Further back to Dixie Blossoms. Eckstein and Abbey Marie heads the rest into the straight. Spanish Reef comes off the fence. Prompt Response goes through. Running on now is Silence Edition on the outside of Daisy Doom. Then Dixie Blossoms, Oregon's Day and Eckstein up the fence. Prompt Response takes the lead, 150 out. Here's Elise coming down the outside. Elise going after Prompt Response, and Elise, the filly, goes on to win it. Elise beats Prompt Response. Heavens Above grabbed third in front of Oregon's Day and Abbey Marie.
Punters found the 2018 Champagne Stakes a tough race to assess, with 8 of the 13-horse field all under the $10 line. The race lived up to the market, with a number of chances pressing their cases for victory as they topped the rise. Then Damien Oliver weaves some magic.
Just 2 off to Eldorado Dreaming, Blazing Issues Seabrook, and Ragged Rascal's been taken back to last, so Encryption's been able to get over, and Separate got across into second with it. Bondi Park's behind, and Acadena handy fourth and keen. They're followed then by Longleaf on the outside of Guerriere, then came Irikanji. Further back on the inside, then is the favourite Outrageous, a length clear from Not a Single Centre. Then came further back to Eldorado Dreaming from Blazing Issue, a length and a half to Seabrook, and Ragged Rascal is the last one. Bowman's got Encryption at the lead of the 800 metres by a half length on Separator. Longleaf is covering a bit of ground on the outside of Bondi and Academe right there in fifth. Further back to Guerriere, a half the outside to Irikandria. Now Not a Single Sense pulling to the outside, starting a run. Outrageous back on the inside, trailing a roughie. And then came Eldorado Dreaming around the turn. Encryption leads. Bondi's coming off the fence from Separator. Then Longleaf from Academe. Not a Single Sense to the outside with Irikandria. And Guerriere's picking up ground. Outrageous is going to need some luck at the 250. Bondi moves up to Encryption. Seabrook coming off the fence now with a good run late. Bondi takes the lead from Seabrook going after it. It's Bondi a half in front to Seabrook. Eldorado Dreaming's flashing home, but Seabrook got to the front and Seabrook goes on to win it. Seabrook got up in the Champagne from Bondi and Eldorado Dreaming zoomed home into third.
Punters rejoiced as Boom 3-year-old colt Trapeze Artist recorded back-to-back Route 1 wins, taking out the 1400-metre all-age stakes. Given a fright by seasoned weight-for-age performer Le Romain, the son of Snitzel dug deep to stamp himself as the star of the autumn.
Hartnell's pushing forward, looking to drop in for cover. Then came Tom Melbourne, who's kicking through underneath Hartnell. It's somewhat back on the fence from Brave Smash, Murikeva, and the Japanese import Satano Racin's back at the tail. Showtime held down the lead, steadies the speed by 3/4 to Le Romain. Trapeze Artist has got cover at the 800 on the outside of the mission. 2 further back to Tom Melbourne, who's racing on the the inside of the 7-year-old Hartnell. Then came Brave Smash, It Somewhat, Murakeb and Satano Racing's last. 600 out, it's Showtime and Le Remain going along at a strong gallop in the lead. Trapeze Artist easing out 3 deep. Hartnell to the outside, wants to go with the favourite. The Mission goes along the fence, and Tom Melbourne's got a bit of traffic. Up the rise to the 300, Showtime is the leader. From Trapeze Artist being called upon, Le Remain is still there. Hartnell's trying to go with the leading trio. Down to the 200, Trapeze Artist moves up to Le Remain. Then Showtime and Hartnell. Le Remain's Brave. Trapeze Artist lifting. Trapeze Artist goes to Le Remain. Oh, he leaps to another level today. Trapeze Artist wore down Le Remain to take out the all-age. Back in third, Showtime in front of the Mission and Hartnell.
The 2018 edition of the Warwick Stakes was given a name change and was also promoted to Group 1 status. And well, if you're looking for a modern-day champion to name it after, you would look no further than Winx. Yes, the Winx Stakes had none other than the mighty mare herself line up in the race named in her honour, and the script simply went to plan.
3 deep. Now Winx is in a trailing position. She's 2 behind Kementari early stages. Further back to Unforgotten, Ace High, and the stale Libran is last. Oriental Runner, the long odds leader of the field with Cabeza de Vacra, neck away in second. Then Religify and Classic Uniform. Dargetto goes to 5th on the outside of Invictus Prince. Then Kementari and Winx, they're racing together. Nothing between the pair, with Winx on the outside of Kementari taking closer order. Then Unforgotten, Ace High, and Libran is last. They're going quick up front. Oriental Runner in Cabeza de Vacra in the very windy conditions. From Religify, Classic Uniform, Dargetto, and here they come getting to the outside, Winx and Kementari, and Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Cabeza de Vacra takes the lead, 200 metres to run, but here she comes, Winx right down the outside, powering away from them, Invictus Prince, Dargetto and Kementari, but how soft for Winx. There's 26 in a row for the champ. Wins the race named in her honour. Beats Invictus Prince, Dargetto, Kementari.
What an amazing horse she is, and what a tough act to follow. More Group 1 glory after the break.